We'll start out by saying there's a lot of information on these slides. I would encourage you to either get the paper copy up here to look at or find the digital copy if you want some more details. I'm not going to read through everything word for word, but I did add something new this year, which is the definition from SUNY of our fee, what we can use our fee for. And so I hope that this will, by the end, explain a little bit why we have somewhat of a surplus. And I just want everybody to be aware this is a definition from SUNY, and this is what we use to inform any spending that we do. Currently, we have an $18 annual fee that is charged to graduate and undergraduate students, and it's $9 per semester. They cannot opt out. This is all students, and it is our primary revenue source. We do have funds that come in from, let's say, our job fair, which is next week. We charge a registration fee to employers, so we use that money to fund those in previous years. But all of our other resources really are coming from our fee budget. Just as some more of an overview, this is a list of things that we have used and that we use to support campus. The fee budget has to support the entire campus. It can't be just one group of students. So whatever we use this for, it has to effectively be involving all of campus. Everybody should have access to it. So this is just a list of some of the things that we have been doing to facilitate students' enrollment throughout the year. Enhanced student employment is a little bit of a new thing that we are working on to really take our student employment on campus and help students really gather some information from that and participate in some things that will allow them to really have some good skills and stuff when they're done. Our financial update, we do have a surplus and it's currently healthy. We use it to offset enrollment and the increased engagement that we've had over the years. I know that we're in a little bit of maybe not as many increases as we've had, but it is used to offset some of that. No salaries come from this. There's a lot of stuff going on with strategic goals, and so we really are trying to look at not only SUNY strategic goals, but also campus strategic goals and look at how this fund can support some of those initiatives. There's a list right there of some things that we've purchased in the past year. The Iris headshot booth is something, is an exciting new thing that's going to be available to all faculty, staff, and students on campus. It's in the procurement process right now, but it will be available to everybody, and it will be an on-demand type of thing. You don't have to make an appointment. You will be able, everybody will have access to that. We started using Adobe Sign for student employment a year ago. It has been a fantastic thing to help the office do that process quicker. It was always an administrative kind of slog for us, and so the Adobe Sign has allowed us to do that. We also purchased some Focus 2 career exploration software, which supports our APEX classes and will potentially also support our emerging scholars and our APS GEP students as well. Lots of information here. This is our financial planning for the coming year. We are not asking for a fee increase, but we have experienced a fee decrease. In all my years, I've never had that happen to anybody. And it is because of that surplus that we have. I do want to point out that over time, that could have a negative effect on some of the projections and some of the strategic plans that are coming from SUNY. So our fee revenue for next year is a little bit less because of that decrease, but it will be used in much the same way as it has been used in years before that. We do have a couple revenue sources. I mentioned we have our career events, which is self-supporting. We also have our incremental funds, which is that's a SUNY initiative. And we use that as a separate funding source to help support students who are going through internships. So there's a process to that. That is not something that students pay their fee into, but it is another support that our office provides. We did a student consultation. I was telling Maddie earlier, I was really excited about this because we did a little bit more of a student consultation this year as to years previous. We did a student advisory panel last semester where we actually had a group of students who we brought together 5 or 6 times to talk about different things that our office was doing. One of the things that we questioned them about was the use of the fee. You can see the comments there. This comment was before we found out we were getting a fee decrease. And when we asked how we could spend the money more beneficially, the students gave us this list of things. These are some of the things that they mentioned. And I think for me, I was happy to see that we do a lot of these things already. And so it may just become more about marketing and making sure students are aware of it. And so with our liaison model, we definitely are being able to push our services out to campus in a more intentional way. 5-year plan, we're still going to continue to support the enhanced student employment. We are strategically working on the first destination survey and the high impact practice with EOP and the departmental partnerships that we're doing and increasing our resources as we need. And then just some supporting data I want to point out. For student employment this year, 970 students were employed across 96 departments. That was a 12% increase from fall of '24. Again, Adobe Sign was a huge benefit to onboarding a bunch of those students. Last semester alone, we did over 1,000 appointments with students, and we completed 127 workshops and presentations across campus in every school. We have, in that intentional push out, we are using our resources to get more and more to other places instead of just Daly Hall. We now have drop-in locations in Tuttle, Hartwell, Lathrop, and as of this afternoon, I will have a spot in the library. And then just a shout out to that incremental funding. Last semester, we were able to help a number of students in almost every major and division on campus, and we're able to give out $110,000 in living stipends for those students who are participating. Our job fair is next week. Please come, encourage your students to come. That's it.